Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Oh my God, my voice! I just literally, as the show started, my voice left me. Welcome into House Edge Live. Here we go again. Another day, hopefully a good show for y'all. I've got something interesting to show you here in a little bit once we get into the meat of the show here. But before we do, let's get ourselves our daily reminder of all the important stuff. So that means this. It's all about the bridge, right? It's all about understanding bankroll and the role that it plays in what you're going to try and do, right? It all matters. The level of risk you're willing to incur. I'm going to talk about bankroll and risk today, actually, in our strategy segment, if I can get my cameras to work right. Obviously, as a gambler, you want to identify when it's time to leave, when it's time to stay. Last night was a good night. Example, I was at a casino last night here in Washington, and I didn't leave when I was up. And long story with it, but I didn't leave when I was up, and I ended up losing $50. Not a big deal. We're there just to kind of see it, but still, it's one of those things where it kind of drives you nuts, right? Discipline, goals, emotions, having control, right? And again, today we're going to talk about strategy and mindset. As you hear me talk, as you see me do demos, as you see other people in the world doing the same stuff on their channels, this is the filter, right? Run it all through your personal filter. How do you view risk, bankroll, strategy? Would you play what you're seeing, right? Those are all really, really super important things. So anyway, here we go. Let's get back at it here. Let's see, get in here. What's happening in the world? We know the obvious, right? Crash for the Cure is coming up. My birthday weekend in Vegas will be Casino Quest, of course, in Palace Station. Following that, Big AZ has the big meetup out there in Vegas where he'll be filming us at the tables. He's getting lots of good content from that. I hope you guys have noticed this, right? When you watch the Big AZ channel, tons of videos coming out, little clips and shorts of all of us playing. You see the highs, lows, you see me PSOing, you see me cheering for the big stuff. It's fun, right? Those are great videos. He's a great dude, and all we can do to support him. And then my next big trip is going to be in February for my next Dice Cruise out there in February out there on the East Coast. So, all right, what else is happening here in the land? The Crash for the Cure is happening. A couple cool things to show you here. I'm going to get on this with you in a minute. Of course, those are the dates. We do have a private table at Palace Station, 8 to 10 o'clock. I think it's Friday night, Saturday night, birthday night, next night, not Saturday, Sunday. The idea is going to be that we film ourselves at the private table, and then we'll use some of those clips to show during the event on Saturday and Sunday live. So we'll have some breaks in the interview action to show some of the live play. And some of the live play hopefully is going to be us as a group making some common bets, right, for the charity and winning some big dough for them and that kind of thing. So anyway, how can you donate? Well, there's a couple ways to do it. One is going to be to attend the event. One is going to be to help the dogs. One is going to be to treat yourself. Let me go ahead and show you the website and where you can go to figure some of this stuff out. So give me just 1 second here to kind of move some windows around, and hopefully you can see that. Okay, this is it's not all the way in view there for some reason. I'm not sure why you're not seeing the whole thing. Hang on a second. Why is it not all the way in view? Give me a sec to move this around. Is it because it's not wide enough? Is that better? Or is that worse? Well, hang on. It's worse. I want to be able to see the other side of the thing. Hold on. If I do that. What happened? We lost it. There we go. That's a little better. All right. Sorry about the weirdness. All right, here we go. Boy, what an ugly window. No, close enough. Anyway, this is scratchforthecure.com. And one thing you can do here is see the schedule, which right now is very minimal. The schedule is not set yet. I'll talk about the schedule tomorrow. I know that I'll be with Lori the first day, like we always are. We will have a veteran with us that day, which is awesome. With his dog, he's going to showcase the training and all that kind of stuff. I know that I've got Coach Parker Saturday at 4 o'clock. Beyond that, TBD. I'll let you know what's going on. But here's the big thing, right? If you want to come, you can come here and click the tickets link, and that will take you to the tickets page. Let me move this out of the way, where you can buy yourself a ticket. The 2-day pass is $100. For $100, you're going to get yourself a wristband. You're going to get yourself a challenge coin, a chip, something else. I'm not sure what yet. But the point is, it's the wristband. $100 for the wristband. It gets you into Casino Quest. You can hang out with me all day long, watch us film. Me and Craig from Old Bay Craps will be there. Ryan from Mark the Point will be there. Of course, Jen will be there. Joe, I think, is going to be there. Some other special guests. Brian might be there. Jeremy may be there. AZ may be there. David and Alex, of course, will be there. And you have access to all of Casino Quest for those 2 days. That's going to be a beautiful thing. Also, the wristband gets you to the private table at Palace Station. So this $100 is pretty well worth the deal, all right? The next thing you can do or will be able to do is a straight up donate link. Now the donate link right now is off on the website, but I'll show you where it's going to take you. It will take you here to this page eventually where you can donate straight up whatever you want. Okay? 25, 50, 100, 500, 1,000, whatever. Now the cool thing is if you donate $500, you're going to get High Roller Weekend at Palace. You're going to get a couple of nights and a dinner, right? If you donate $1,000, you're going to get a full day craps lesson with dice coach Bo Parker. Everybody who drops $1,000 gets to be with Bo. Everybody who drops 500 gets to be at Palace. Everybody who drops another 100 gets the gift pack, right? There's other things coming. We're going to do some, Tony Leo's going to throw up sessions with him. David's going to throw up a dice with David. We're going to do a 30-roll challenge thing. So all these different dollar values, I'm going to donate $150. I'm going to get this, right? No more raffles, really. We're going to do a small raffle, but really it's going to be about that, right? You want to donate money straight up to the charity. Bob's your uncle. Buy what you want to buy and hang out with the guys, right? There'll be I think we were talking in our group about maybe having a thing be donate X and you can be on one of our shows kind of thing, right? That kind of deal. The last thing that I don't have up yet, but I'll show you the page where it's going to be is this Craps for the Cure training pay, where things like you can buy a bag of dog food, you can buy a training collar. I have to put this page together still. I literally just got it yesterday from Lori. I got this yesterday. I got the list of all the stuff. Here's the list of all the stuff, right? I know it's hard to see, but I think it's $60 for 6 months of flea and tick medication, $25 for leash and collar. We need 6 of those because the dogs grow. $35 for the chuck it ball thing. So all the stuff the dogs need is here in inventory. So this is what we need. We got to buy all this stuff. We need 50 bags of dog food for $75. We need $175 twice for each dog for annual exams, right? These are the things that you'll be able to tactically buy. So I'm going to put these up on the website. And as you buy them, we just check it off. We only need to sell 61 bags of dog food, whatever the number is. So I will add it all up, Jen, and let you know what it's going to be. I'll find. I literally got this morning. I woke up and oh God, I got the list. So let me take a look at the list here and see what it is. A couple big things on here: $1,000 for getting the dogs neutered. Those are expenses to incur. So I'll put all this together. I'll put it all on the website. And you can pre-do some of this stuff. We can come into the event with some of this stuff pre-purchased. I should have this entered. If today goes well, I'll do it today. If not, I'll have it tomorrow night. It just depends how late I can stay up. And I'll get all those website pages turned on today. So, yeah. Jen says, a day with David House for $1,000. I was thinking about that. I've actually wrote to David. Yeah, David's on the road, right? David is on, he's on the road. And I said, hey, I got some ideas for donation items, right? And I'm like, hey, how about we do a dinner with David and Alex and an hour of roulette kind of thing, right? Whatever. And he's like, wait a minute, you can't be signing me up for all this stuff. I'm like, let's just figure it all out. They're open to whatever, right? They're such good guys. They'll make themselves available and we'll get the numbers right. But yeah, Jen, I think something like that, like a day with those two, how much fun would that be, right? Because they're kind of fun, right? Anyway. Give me some time to get all that typed in. The website will be totally up tomorrow, at worst the next day, for all the donation streams. The other thing, we're not doing big auctions. We're not going to do a bunch of raffling. We're going to raffle 2 things off. Okay, we're going to raffle off on one day that custom-made cutting board like we did last year. The second day, we're going to raffle off the Heavy Haltom Power Craft Seminar. That's the 2 things we're going to raffle off. 1 raffle each day, and that's it. Right, and that's it. So we don't want to spend our time trying to chase all that. It was really hard last year. This way, each day's got to focus, and then that's the end of it. So Well, the problem, Jen, the reason why it's expensive is because of the what do you call it? The putting the dogs under. Like when I take my dogs to the vet, I think I pay $250 just for the anesthesia anymore. I mean, it's expensive. Anyway, and they're in Virginia, so it's not. I'm sure it's more expensive there. So, all right, here we go. What's on tap for the actual show today? Let me get ahead here. I always say this: the casino hates you, right? Remember what we had this talk? The reason why, who can tell me in chat? Here, bonus points awarded to the person in chat who can tell me why I hate Crapless. Now, I actually like the game. I like to play Crapless. Let's call this what it is. I enjoy the game. I like playing it. I think it's an exploitable game. But why do I hate the game? Somebody put in the chat, if you've been listening to me for a long time, you know, why does John hate Crapless? I'll wait patiently as you type that in. But the hint is on screen. Right, the hint is on screen. The casino hates you. The casino thinks you're freaking stupid, right? Pass line edge goes from 1.5% to 5%. No dark side, right? When the casino does something new, it's never good for you. Like there's not a thing that goes on, a felt anywhere in any casino that has you at the forefront. Not one thing, right? I'll give you an example. Here in Wenatchee, where I live, we don't have casinos. We have card rooms, right? There are Indian casinos, but these card rooms, my mom and I went to the casino last night. Before I get into the craps thing, we went to the casino last night. We drove an hour to my new quote unquote local casino up in Manson, Washington. Tiny little place. I didn't realize how small it was. It was freaking tiny little place, right? Looks like a circus tent. I'll show you a picture of it at some point. It's kind of funny actually. But anyway, we went up there, we played some blackjack, and my little story was we drove an hour to see the casino and have some dinner. We go in there, all the restaurants are closed because it's not the weekend, which that tells you how big the casino was. And we're like, oh, let's play some blackjack. We buy in for $100 each at a $5 blackjack game. And we're just sitting there, just, you know, me and her having some coffee and just bullshitting with the dealer. And I did the thing. I sat down with $5 and I won 5 hands in a row. And I'm like, I'm just gonna take, 20 bullets, Mom. Here we go, right? I went 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 80, and hit it for 160. Like 5 hands in a row, I won. I didn't win another hand all night. I swear I might have won 2 hands in the next 2 shoes. It was like, I bet $5 again, trying to make that happen a second. It never happened again. And I bled out to losing $50. We went through like 3 shoes. We were having a great time. The dealer was awesome. But yeah, had I left on the parlay, bye-bye, right? It would have been so cool. Anyway, the point is, when we came back home to Wenatchee, we went out to dinner and to one of our little card rooms here that has, like 9 or 10 blackjack tables, and had some dinner. I said, look, here's what a local casino looks like, Mom. Here's like literally what we have in Wenatchee. Little dinky ass card room with like 9 tables. Not one of those tables is a straight up game. Not one. They have 3 to 2 blackjack. So if you go to the blackjack table, it's 3 to 2, and it's dealer hits off 17. It's all the rules you want, right, for that part of the game. But there's 4 side bets. There's this side bet and that side bet and this side bet and match the dealer and double queens and all this bullshit. And I'm watching guys bet $5 on the bet and 4 $1 bets on the side hustles. $9 a hand, but $5 on the hand and $4 on bullshit. And every game was like that. They're 4-card poker, they're 3-card poker. They all have like 17 side bets. And I'm like, I get it, right? By Washington state law, these casinos can only have 9 tables. They got to maximize the 9 tables. And what they do is they fill them with bullshit, which means it's not good for you. Anytime you see something on the table, it's not normal. It's not good. I saw this post last night in the Crappy the Craps Man Craps channel of a game that a guy saw in New Zealand. Look at this game. I'm going to press the button here. It should bring it in. This is this game, right? Look at this thing here, okay? This is an actual craps game. There's a live dealer. It's a live casino. Look at the bets on this table. You can zoom into your phone. Not only is it a big 6 and 8, it's a big 5, 6, and 8. Every bet here is player placed. So it's one dealer, right? You place the 5, 6, and 8. They all pay 1-to-1. Oh my God. The field pays 1-to-1. Only the 2 pays triple. They have hard way all day, and they have center action, and that's it. There's no pass line. There's no dark side. There's a 4-1, any 7, and that's it. Literally, that's it. If I could zoom in further, I would zoom in further for you to see what else is on this table. Hold on a second. I can zoom in on my own here, and we can lean into what's here. So big 6, 8, and 5 pay 1 to freaking 1, which is unbelievable. You got the hard way all day, which pays 6-1, by the way, on the 4 and 10, 8-1 on the 6 and 8. So they pay worse than you're used to, right? The 2 pays 32-1. The 12 pays 30-1. It's exactly, Dr. S has, it's highway fucking robbery, right? And again, why does the casino do this? Right, hardway combo 4-1. So I guess you get 2 hardway. Is that what that is? You get 2 multi-roll hardway. Any two hardways pays 4-1. Okay, that's whatever. That's the game, man. Is that crazy? Is that crazy? Now, again, not one of these bets pays what you want. Not one. The 2 pays 32-1. Big freaking deal, right? Not one of these bets pays like it should, and it takes one dealer to deal. So what have they done? They eliminate 3 jobs. There's no box, there's no dealer, there's only a stick. So 3 jobs go away. You get destroyed. The house edge on this game has got to be 8%. I haven't clearly done the math. It's got to be 8% house edge. Is that insanity? You know damn well that's coming here. That's over in New Zealand. For sure that's coming over here, right? And people are going to love it. Oh, I can place my own bets. It's just so much. I don't want to deal with, craps is such an intimidating game with all that. And I just want to roll the dice and play. And the guy who talked to the pit boss who took this picture, she said that people just want to throw the dice. They don't want to deal with all the nonsense, right? And he said, I don't care about that. I just want to make some money. And the pit boss told him, then this isn't the game for you. Literally, you can read the post out there on the Facebook channel, right? Casinos do nothing good for you. They hate you. And don't ever forget it. This is why I talk about discipline, and I'm going to go back a screen here. Discipline and money management, all those things to me are so important, right? The reason why I was telling my mom this last night. I'm like, she's like, why do you bet that way? Like, why would you try for 5 in a row? And I'm like, because I'm training myself to take their fucking money, right? Like, if I can hammer them, I'm going to hammer them. If I get up a little bit like that, I'm gone. I'm taking money every chance I get. I don't care if it's a grind. I don't care what. I want to walk out of there with more of their money than they have of mine every single time, because they're trying to screw you all the time. Craig, is there even dice you just have to get? Remember that from Vegas Vacation? Guess what number I'm thinking of, right? But anyway, that's insanity. Right? These things are insane. And Jen, see, I know you're thinking about we talked about this, right? Because it's sometimes it's easier to place your own bets, I guess. I don't know. But that to me is this destructive mentality on their part, and you got to watch, right? So when you see craziness, it's never on your side, right? Just remember, it's never on your side. All that shit is never good for you. All right, so let me try here and jump into the table a little bit. I want to talk with you about this. It's going to take me a minute to get myself set up here. I think this camera will work. I want to talk about risk and reward, and we've been talking a lot about the last couple of days about the strategy from Ken and Waylon, right? That retirement plan strategy, and I'm not here to rag on the strategy, but it's a good example because it's what's in front of us today, right? And I want to talk to you about risk and reward. And again, I'm not trying to sell you on anything here. I just want you to do the math with me, right? Do the math with me on these things and just get a sense of what feels better to you. How, and I say this in the first segment. Let me go back to that first screen. I'll come back here, right? When I talk about the bridge concepts, right? What bankroll do you have? How many bullets do you have? How many bullets do you want to go through, right? How do you enjoy the risk? Are you okay with risk to make money? Like, putting money out there and leaving it out there. Are you okay with incurring persistent risk, right? But the real thing here is the strategy. How do you want to win? How will you win? How do you want your experience to be? The strategies, by and large, are the same. Most strategies are pretty much the same. And when you think about it, it's just how do you want to experience the day, right? Let me move my stuff here, and it'll take me a second, and I'm gonna get you a look at something. There's my table, my keyboard. Let me make this straight a little bit. There we go. Oh, look at how nice this is, right? All right, let's get some chips. And I'm going to show you a couple of things here. And let's get some reds. I think I need some reds and I need all the colors. I need all the colors, okay? Let's take a look first at the retirement plan, okay? And let's do a couple of things, right? First things first, we're going to pretend we have a point. It doesn't matter what the point is. Let's say it's 6. Who cares, right? We're going to do 150 in the don't. We're going to do 300 on a lay 10. Now, again, Waylon doesn't lay, Ken lays. Either way you want to do it. If you don't lay the 10, you're looking at $150 in risk for 0 return. Potentially on the 2 or the 3, you get paid $150. Potentially on a 6 or a 7 or an 11, you're going to lose the $150. So you have $150 at risk here. On a big, you're upside down big. You're upside down 8-3, right, on this bet. You're risking $150 to effectively win nothing. Okay, that's anytime you're playing the don't, that's your world. Okay, if you got this here, you're risking 300 to win nothing to save a bet. You're risking $300 so you don't lose. So there's no reward here other than not losing. That the reward is that you don't get your ass handed to you. Okay, that's one roll. Let's put it at it's one roll. So for one roll, you have full risk. Now, let's say the 150 goes somewhere like the 9. You have 150 on the 9 as a lay bet. You can remove that risk. Now what you're going to do, you're going to come here. You're going to go across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 125, 135 bucks, and $10 or $15 down here. So you're 150 and 150, right? So you're risking, on roll number 2, you're risking the 150. 4 ways to lose instead of 7 or 6, which is great. But so it's a slightly smaller risk, and the reward would be $35 on an inside number, $50 on an outside. Actually, it would be for the 4 and 10. It would be $65 because you're going to get paid here and here, right? Or just the $15 for the field. There is some reward there, but you're incurring a lot of risk for the reward on the second roll. Okay, let's take the median case. Let's just take the middle case because it's just easier to look at. Okay, probably the lion's share of the time you're going to win $35. Okay, you win $35. Okay, then again, that's roll 2. So you're risking 150 to win 35 on roll 2. So for 2 rolls, you were fully exposed for 150, and that's my point. You were exposed for the full 150 here. You're exposed for the full 150 here. Your complete risk 150 for 2 straight rolls. Then you pull this down on roll 3. You're going to go to 150 on the 9. Whatever you're going to do there. Your risk is now 0 for roll 3. So roll 3 will put a red chip. 0 risk here. You're guaranteed a reward. It's the one roll where you're guaranteed money. Okay. So for 2 rolls, you're going to eat crow. Right? Potentially full risk for this $35 reward. Right, you're looking for 35. Your third roll, no risk, you're going to win whatever, 20 to 30, whatever you're going to win, depending on what the point is on your plug in the hole. That's that strategy. So remember that. Okay, and I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying, remember, for 2 rolls, full risk, 150. For 1 roll, there's no risk. It's a 3-roll strategy. Okay, now let's take another way to play. And again, this is not a guarantee. This is just a little comparison here. I got to make sure that and again, you're saying 125 now, you can go 150. It doesn't matter what the number is, right? 125 guarantees you a quarter on both sides. Whatever you plug the hole for, if you want to be aggressive with it, plug the hole for the whole thing. Go to 150 with it. Take the 210 on the win and pocket an extra $50, right? Depends on what you want to attack. You want to be careful. Again, that strategy, you can play those how you want to. Right? The 4 and 10 are obvious. You can get on both side things. The 6 and 8 suck. Anyway, what if you were here? And let's just I don't know if I have enough red chips. I'm going to go here. Let's go $24 on the 6 and 8. So here is 4 units. Okay, there's $88. $88. Now look, this is just an inside play. If I wanted to make it a little more fair, I could go 98, 108. 88 inside, $10 on the 4 and 10. Okay, but let's just take the inside play for a minute. Again, this comes down to risk and reward. I'm risking how much? $88. Right? It's not a 2-roll strategy, it's a 2-hit strategy here. So it might take you a minute. You might miss out on the field. You might miss out the 4 and 10. But the reward is $28. Okay, $28 is the reward if one of these numbers hits and you same bet it. Okay, so we'll take a white chip and to say for the first hit, you are at full risk for $88. Now, the fact that I pulled $28 off of the table and put it in my rack means my risk is no longer $88 on the next, waiting for the next hit. My risk is how much? $60 because I pulled 28 off. My risk is reduced when I same bet. So instead of being out there for 88, I'm out there for 60. And when I get the second hit, if we're lucky enough, and I turn my bets off for 2 hits, right? I'm out of here for $56, right? My reward is $56. I'll actually color this up. $56, which is about the same, right? You think about the other strategy, right? You win 35 on the first hit. You're going to win somewhere between 5 and 35 or $40, right? We'll call it a quarter. You don't know what it's going to be. We could even call it a second 35. We can average it and say it'll be about $35 between the 6, 8, 5, 9, whatever it comes out to be. You're going to be at about 50, 60, $70, right? Your full risk for 2 rolls, full 150 to win the 70 versus 88 to win 28 and 60 to win the second 28. You follow? Again, I'm not advocating that this is a better way to do it because, again, it's 2 hits, not 2 rolls, right? What I want you to think about is when you watch strategies and you consider the ways you want to play, right? You got to look at what's the risk and what's the reward. When I do things like the Dallas Drawdown, and I'll show you the Dallas Drawdown again, just as an example here, we're going to go, I'll do it at 320, okay? And you go, oh my God, this guy's crazy, right? And again, I will do this even with my little tiny bankroll, right? At $500, I'll do this as a coffee run play, right? Here at big risk, big ass risk, right? 1 roll, like, oh my God, I got the full baloney out there, full risk, right? After 1 hit, after I get my $70 hit, what do? You bring half of your bets down. Now what's my risk? You might say it's 160. It's not 160, right? I started with 320. What do I have in my rack? I have 100, 200, 20. I have 230 in my rack. I started with 320 after 1 hit, which is easier to get than just the insides. After 1 hit, my risk is $90. On the second hit, I'm done, right? All this comes back down, right? So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 100, 200, $320, my reward was $105 for 2 rolls. Massive risk for 1, tiny risk for 2. And again, it's your relationship with risk that drives this and your bankroll. If I have the bigger bankroll and I'm only willing to take 2 hits, you can do this. And then yes, you're going to sweat for 1 roll. You're going to be like, woohoo for the second roll. And you're going to walk away with your goal. If you would rather have half the risk, you go with the retirement plan. It's 150. It's half the risk, also half the reward. That thing's going to win you about 65 or $70. It's half of this, a little bit less than, or a little bit more than half of that, right? If you don't want to have that much risk at all, 88 inside, maybe 108 across, right? Take your 2 hits, same bet, and as you take a hit, your total risk reduces. You go from 88 in risk to 60 in risk to 0 in risk, right? So it's this idea of risk recognition simultaneous with risk reduction. So I want you to think about, as you're watching strategies play themselves out on YouTube. Let me go back to the other screen here. Let's go back to moi. Let's see. We're going to go here. Maybe. Oh, I got to change the camera. That's why. Hold on. There we go. I need to get my Stream Deck back. When you're evaluating a strategy, it's not just that looks cool, it looks fun. It's not just, oh my God, I need so much money to play it. I want you to think about the risk that it takes to win what it says it's going to win. And are you okay with that? Are you okay with, would you rather play a big don't, take the one hit and then hedge that bad boy off? And in your mind, you're like, oh, it's only really one roll that I'm worried about. It's 2 rolls, right? But if that way soothes you to say, yes, I want a bet on the fucking 7. I want the don't come. So have a bet. I want that bet on the 7. I want that 7 to come. Right? If you're that mindset, that's great. The strategy speaks to you. You're going to win your $70 or whatever, 50, whatever that was that you could win in the retirement plan on a good roll, right? On a $35 hit, or maybe it's a hit on the 4 and 10, and then the point was 9, and you're going to win $25. Maybe you're going to win $70. You said, I want to win that way. I would like to grind the casino into the pavement by getting that don't pass through and by locking in that win. If you want to play that way and your bankroll supports it and that's the way you enjoy it, good. Be aware of the risk versus reward. If you're like, you know what, I would rather play straight up, bet inside, bet across, same bet it a couple of times and run for the frickin' hills. Cool. Because 88 inside will net you $50 in 2 rolls. And you can go $50, $50, $50 on every shooter. Once in a while, you take it in the ass for $88. So be it. You win 2 more times, you're back, right? If that's the way you want to enjoy the game or experience the rolls, and your bankroll allows you to do that, and you would rather reduce risk as you go, cool. If you've got bigger bankroll and bigger designs, right, and you want to do the Dallas Drawdown style, huge bet, reduce your risk by more than half on the first hit, and then kind of coast into the sunset, that's fine too. But no, massive risk, a little better reward. Massive risk followed by a period of calm. If you want to play that way, it's all good. But manage, you got to break these things down. Get yourself a craps mat for $35 from Casino Quest. Buy some chips, lay it out there. Do it in the app, right? Play these things out and really analyze how much you're willing to put out there. And yes, you will get sniped. 100%. You will lose on that lay 10, and the shooter will come back and shoot a freaking 10 right after it, right? That will happen to you, right? The 88 inside, you will get PSO'd. The Dallas Drawdown, you will get PSO'd. It's going to happen. You got to decide, am I okay with that happening so that I can maybe achieve this smaller goal over here? Every right side play, by the way, is a lay bet. You got to remember you're laying against the 7, right? Even in the retirement plan, right? You're laying $150 to win 35. With the 88 inside, you're laying $88 to win 28. You're laying against the 7. Remember, the right side play, it's a flip. It's a flip. You're betting more to win less. People say the dark side's dumb because you're betting more to win less. Right side play, you're betting more to win less. When you go more than one number, you're betting more to win less. You're laying against the 7 on every one of those bets. How heavy do you want to go? That's my question to you, right? So there it is. All right. Let me go to questions. Are there questions? I'm going to go here. I do have a question or a thing from yesterday. Let me go here. That Skill had asked me. Skill and Luck had asked in chat yesterday if we had a total for the money raised for Layla. So Layla, as you know, is Chiro Mucci's daughter. Chiro, we lost him a couple years ago. He's one of our great craps friends. And we have been raising, I should say, Craig from Old Bay Craps has been really, really instrumental in running live crap shows where he's really trying to raise money for her college fund. Well, the total for that, I keep saying we, Craig, and you, collectively raised $4,000 for the college fund, 4,000 and a little bit of change. It's grown to 4,800 now. So she has almost $5,000 in the account. So a goal, I think, we said our goal was going to be to get her to 10,000 in that account at some point. So once we get done with the Craps for the Cure, I'm going to switch my focus a little bit and kind of drive over that way. Let's get that account to 10K. And she's in second grade now. So by the time she's in college, maybe that will have grown to pay for a year or so. And we did buy a 529 account, right? So that type of account is designed to prepay tuition at today's rates. So hopefully that'll work itself out. Okay, let's see. Let me take a little look at the cues here. Only one question, really. Counter zero. Am I crazy? Does it just seem like you can recover way better with a light side than a dark side? Ooh, I don't know about that. So when I tried the don't, I come out 7 points. And right, here's the thing: the don't pass is great until it's not. Like the don't pass, you can grind, win your quarter, and then all of a sudden one shooter will just go and just take it all, man. One shooter will destroy you on the don't, right? Or two shooters back to back with a bunch of come outs will crush you. The right side has a better opportunity to catch you back, right? If you're going to play the right side like I just showed you, if you're going to go 320 across and go hit, stop. Next shooter, 320 across, hit, stop, right? You can guarantee it's $100 every time. If you get blanked for 320, you know it's 3 hits, right? If you're going to go 320 to 160 to 64 and then try and shoot the moon, you know you can pocket $85, play with 64, and potentially, if the shooter goes off on a good roll, you're going to be in great shape. You can catch it. Here's the problem, and let me go back to my table because I think it's important. Let's go back here. Sorry for the keyboard in a way, but like Jacob made this point the other day, and this is so important. Okay, let me show you something. Let's do one of my favorites. I love the Skill 66. You know I love the strategy, right? It's a so simple way to play, right? Skill 66. Now, what's our risk? In the Skill 66, our risk is $67. There's $66 here. We have $1 in our rack. We're going to win on an inside number, $21. We add our dollar. Now we're in for $67. And we do the inside press. Everything goes to 88. Right? The next hit is $28. And we say to our dealer, take me down to 44 inside. They give you half your bets back. They split the insides. Now you're at 44 inside. And I've got in my rack, if I color this up, there's $25 in, right? There's 50, 60, $67, 50, 65, $67 that I put into the hand, right? Back to my rack, and I feel pretty safe. What do I have left? $5. And I'm playing 44 inside. Okay, that's the magical Skill 66. What have you actually done? And I want you to really think about this. What is, somebody in chat, I know there's some smart people out there, what's the risk and reward for this strategy? What is the risk and reward for what I just did? I'll give you a second. I'll have a cup of coffee. Here's my coffee. What is the risk and reward for what I just did? Put it in chat. Didn't know you were going to school today, did you? It's twice I've had asked the questions, right? What's the risk and reward? I'll give you 3, 2, 1. I have to give you the answer. The risk and reward, you risk $67 to win 5. Okay? The risk and reward, $67 to win 5. Yes, you're playing with 44. If you pull the $44 down and stop playing, it's 50. You risked 66 or 67 to win 50 if you pull the bets down. I did this on the cruise ship quite a bit. 2 hits, stop playing. 2 hits, stop playing. That's how I recovered. If you do this and you play it out, you risk $67 to win 5. This happens all the time. 7 out. And you're like, well, I tied. At least I didn't lose. You risked $67 to win 5. Remember that. When you play strategies like this, risk and reward, the risk was 67, the reward was 5, and a chance. a chance at the run that, to somebody's point in chat, could maybe catch you up. You can recover a lost bankroll from $44. You can turn $44 into $3,000 on a great roll. Most of the time, the $44 turns into $5 because you get a quick 7, or if you're even a little bit conservative, you'll take that first $14 hit and just keep it. Maybe the 66, 67 turns into 15 to 20, 15, 19 bucks. Maybe you make it $19. Most of the time, you're risking 67 to win 5. Okay? So when you analyze the strategy, I implore you, do what I just did. Lay it out in front of you. Take a look at it and say, if the bad thing happens, what did I risk? What did I get out of it? So important to really realize that, like, just how devastating it can be, right? How devastating it can be when that 0.7 comes, right? Or when the 7 comes after your move works. It's a freaking nightmare, but it happens. All right. That's my talk for today. Hope that was a little bit valuable as we go forward here. And again, I'll leave you with tomorrow's look ahead. We're going to do talk about some of the games and content I have planned for Craps for the Cure. And tomorrow I'll do bankroll separation. We'll talk about different plays at the same time from bankroll. So that'll be tomorrow's talk. So there's that. And last thing is, of course, we'll leave you with our inspirational quote of the week, which is this: it's not about your resources, it's about your resourcefulness. Okay? Do the best that you can with what you have. Again, it's a life lesson, it's a craps lesson. Do the best you can with what you have. The people who are more resourceful will make better use of their resources. And there's that. That's all I got to say. Grind the like button. Thank you, Duracell. Good to see you here. The retirement plan does give you a decent odds and a minimal roll. They're looking at 2 actual rolls of the dice. I'm looking at, on right side, play the comparison, was 2 hits, which is, could take you 5 rolls to get 2 hits, right? But there it is. Risk versus reward. How do you want to experience your day? With all that said, God bless y'all. See you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless. Bye.